Hi guys, this is simslisgames. Today I'm here in the flesh to talk about some slightly different things that have nothing to do with speed builds and content that I created this channel for. So let's go. Simslisgames. I'm really sad about the whole situation where the community is reporting about corruption in the game. It's frustrating because I can't stand starting another save file from scratch anymore. It's a lack of care with so many hours we spend on this game, building our save files, months and even years building a single save file to feel like the game is more realistic. Since the gameplay alone doesn't provide diverse experiences, I can't stand the same NPCs showing up at my house every time I load a new save file and in random regions and all the pop-ups. So we go and do something we're proud of, that we can relate, just to realize that it's going to be thrown away. The game's programming is flawed and I don't know what to do with that anymore. I'm 30 years old and I've been a Sims player since Sims 1. I started playing when I was a child after an older friend introduced me to the game and lent me her CD. And I was really happy about it. From there, I started to investing in the game and it became very important for my growth because it allowed me to have a safe space where I could do whatever I wanted. I've always been a somewhat solitary player, not having many friends who play The Sims or having fully discovered Sims community online. In 2020, with the pandemic, I started diving deeper into the forums, mods, challenges, and creators, and that opened my mind to many things that I have never experienced in the community, making me consume Sims even more. I've never skipped any packs. Since I started buying the expansions from the game's launch, it wasn't as heavy as it is now. Seeing that, my god, we've spent a fortune on over 100 DLCs. It's crazy. I started losing track of the kits because I can't. It's really hard to keep up, but I've never missed an expansion, a stuff pack, a game pack. But unfortunately, it's been hard to accept that the game was built on so many programming issues and they still haven't managed to fix them 10 years after the release. It's frustrating to see so many people complaining about losing their years-old save files while The Sims is selling 1,000 concepts of bringing back older things to the game and shoving more and more updates and packs down our throats without addressing the problems that have been left behind. I feel like giving up every time I see there's going to be an update, knowing that everything will be a mess to play for a couple months. But now we don't have these months to stabilize our game and play in peace, since every week there's a new update on the corner. And it's only going to become more frequently since they're implementing reward events and a million new kits, and they've given up on The Sims 5, which was supposed to be the salvation for many people who can't deal with Sims 4 systems anymore. Maybe we're just nostalgic and never noticed the heavy issues of the previous games in the franchise. I know there's some pretty big ones, but at least we had gameplay that could stand on its own to make up for the technical issues. Since the abandonment of The Sims 5 and the total focus on The Sims 4, it's clear that they're just going to keep building on this game. It's scary to think that we might end up with a broken game of over 100 gigabytes. At this point, I feel like I spend more time fixing the game than playing, so what's the point? I've been building a medieval save file for months and months, and it's turning out beautifully. I've created various types of lots, edited Windenburg using the tool mod to make it feel more immersive and thematic, and I've made several rental lots. Which lead us to our big problem here. There have been a lot of comments going around on the internet about saves getting corrupted, which is a pretty big deal, and this case being more directly linked to the rental expansion pack that came out a year ago. And this is a big problem for me because I use that tool a lot. The game became so much more vivid for me after we got the ability to create these types of lots, and I'm really upset that the response to this issue is remove your rental lots or start from scratch with a new save file. At this point, I don't see the point of starting a new save file anymore. I don't have months and months to spend every time the game breaks just to have a decent save again. I don't even want to go through the trouble of redoing a save file, knowing that some will probably be broken again. I'm not even getting into mods here. I'm just talking about the game itself. I know mods can cause issues and we use them knowing the risk, that's fine. But I played for many years without issues using mods from various creators. Now it's almost impossible to keep up with the updates. I know they're making a lot of kits with the creators and it's really cool. I respect the creators so much and I think they should have the time they need to update their mods. It's ridiculous that they get harassed by the community. It seems like with all these updates, they don't want people to play with mods anymore, unless they expect creators to be a machine, ready to fix every update they decided to push out. If you use mods, you end up stuck waiting for the updates before you can play with your save. I don't blame modders for this at all. I blame EA for the flood they're providing every week. And I know EA isn't obligated to do anything for the creators, but if they're going to keep making updates that just make the game worse, can they at least hold off for a bit?
Sounding and discovery free.
I'll leave some links down below that I saw the English simmer sharing on her channel about this corruption issue, in case anyone wants to follow up. The Sims team say they're investigating and the users should report the bugs so they can understand what's happening, but unfortunately, by the time they figure it out, everyone will have already lost their save files, let's be honest. They're going to bring the saves back? Probably not. I'll share a bit of my experience, especially over the last 2 weeks playing the game. My medieval save file is a vanilla one. I only use 2 to edit the word itself. Unfortunately, I can't just start a new journey from scratch. Considering the time that I spent editing the world with 2, after all, the game itself doesn't provide tools for you to alter the world on your own, nor does it offer a way to save these changes out of lots. I started having problems even without any mods, like loading screens that wouldn't end when entering a certain lot. Recently, this issue got worse with a lot in Windenburg. It had a rental residence, and even after trying to delete it and change the lot type, I couldn't leave the lot to go back to the game. I had lots that keep changing their types as well. I'm not even sure if my save file is actually broken, but that specific 64 by 64 lot definitely is. If I avoid touching it, I've been able to play on other rental lots in the world, but unfortunately, I'm already predicting the worst. Make backups of your save files if it's not too late for you. I started this save file to play the case challenge, but I decided to take this work more seriously so I could share with you guys. I know it's really hard to start a save from scratch, and there's a lot of people that want this medieval type of game, so I was really excited about this project. You're going to listen to a lot of airplanes, but I'm sick of waiting to talk my I have older versions of the save, but honestly, it's so disheartening to have to redo so many parts and keep redoing things, and who knows when the game will stabilize enough to continue. I refuse to delete my rental lots. So please fix this thing. We paid a lot of money for this pack to disable this feature like this, and now we're getting a new expansion that will also mess with room divisions, and that worries me. Maybe it's nothing, but since my wedding stories and now with these horrible rumors about the rental pack, it makes me hesitant to buy another DLC that will just break my game even more. I restored my game and I started bringing my mods back after many tests with the game in its vanilla state, but at this point, the game itself is cracking. It's not even about looking for problematic mods anymore. Another thing I've noticed since some of the last big updates is that many things that were uploaded to the library or the gallery are now showing an X on the thumbnails, and when I try to place them in the game, a message pops up saying that something is corrupted. So not only we are at risk of losing an entire save file, but also our sims and lots that we've spent so much time building and saving in our profiles to make sure we always have them. I never wanted to record this video. Maybe no one will even watch it, but I just wanted to leave here the frustration of someone who has loved and followed this game for over 20 years and can play for more than a day without having an issue or having to fix something. I created this channel to share things I love doing in this game, to find like-minded people who also love this game as much as I do and appreciate how much effort goes into building something on it. Unfortunately, we'll die on the beach again because we can't keep a save file intact anymore. I haven't posted much because it takes me so long to build, to edit, and narrate. I have many recorded videos of beautiful builds I made for my medieval save file, and I still want to share, and I will, simply for the pleasure of sharing my work. But I know that the save file might not hold through the end of this journey because of Yay, which doesn't seem to care about the time and money its consumers put in it. And I know the community complains a lot about Hey videos, but this isn't a Hey video. I think we need to stop thinking that we can't hold Yay accountable, because we absolutely can. I hope your save is still alive, that you can still enjoy the game without the bad parts, because this isn't just about improvements, it's fundamental for this game to keep running, and we have many years to go, unfortunately. I'm sorry if my English isn't perfect. I started this channel and I decided to do it in English so I could practice, and because in the past, unfortunately, Brazilian creators didn't have many opportunities to get into the community, which thankfully is changing now. I see Brazilian creators being seen and becoming Yay game changers and receiving press kits, which is refreshing. But I decided to create this channel this way so I could reach a larger audience in the community overall. My TikTok is in Portuguese, but I'll keep the channel this way to be able to connect with more people. Thank you for watching. I hope your save survive. I'm simslisgames from Brazil. Su.